Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. In the last episode, we got in and got started with the new game here and started trying to get a feel for how things work here. And got our first mining operation set up for iron and copper and started figuring out how the smelting works, research, and a few other things. And so far, so good. Didn't really get very far, but, got our beginning setup started here. Now, one thing I forgot to mention last episode, I believe, is what the format of this series is going to be. And like the previous Factorio series, this is going to be a weekly, so once a week episodes, at least for the time being anyway. Now, also, another thing to mention is that after last episode, I kind of couldn't help myself, and so ended up playing a bit on my own in a separate save, so I am a bit more familiar about how certain things work here, and yeah, so that should hopefully help us with our initial setup, because now I kind of know a bit more about what I'm doing, which is always good. And to that end, we're going to be adjusting some of the things here and making, this hopefully a bit more functional. And one of the things I'm going to go ahead and do here is just remove these trees. There's some rocks over there we want to get rid of too. I think we'll be working in this area here. And the other thing I'm going to do is we are going to go ahead and get rid of that tech. Because we don't have anything that makes the electromagnetic matrices just yet. So what we're going to go is we're going to go over to upgrades, and we're going to work on things that I can actually complete. We can't make energy matrix yet, so we'll have to wait on that. So we can do the mecha core, which improves how much maximum core energy we can have. So we'll go ahead and activate that, and we're going to go ahead and actually dismantle these for the moment. Now, I want to try and balance these a little bit more. So, if we look at our belts have a transport speed of 6 per second. So that's basically how many items they can move at a time, or at a rate. And then these guys can do 1.5 trips per second per grid. So that means 2 units can do 3 per second. So basically one belt can handle 4 of those. So we can kind of scale some things. There we go. Alright. Actually, let me just go ahead and check. Is anything else here? You use electric motors. We're a bit a ways away. You need steel and circuit boards. We don't have steel yet. I'm not even sure we have the tech for steel. Coal, energetic graphite, and wood. Unlocks mecha flight. Coal and magnetic coils. We are going to be making those. But I think what we're going to go for first is this. Logs, coal, and energetic graphite. We have the logs. We just don't have any coal, which, well, we don't have it yet. This is a coal deposit up here, so that is something we will get to. In fact, make me a mine. Make me a storage box as well. Okay. So, if we look at our recipes, we look at our iron ingots. Iron ingots make at a rate of 1 per second. So, if we do 3 per second, which means we can feed... Actually, we can do 4. 4 of these off of what we currently have available. How many smelters? I need one more. Go ahead and make one more. Okay. Now, we're going to also figure things out here, because how much are you actually making? Does it tell me? 0 per minute. 180 per minute, which is how many per second? If we do... That would be 3. 3 per second. Okay. Which means we can put 3 on here. Alright. Well, 3 melters. So, let's go ahead and do 3 smelters. Alright. That should get what we need. The only other question is going to be energy. Can we actually supply the energy needed to make and to power all of that? Alright. Well, first things first. So let's go ahead and get this mine on here. I get it so that that'll do. Alright, so at least, actually, no. Move that. Move that there. And we're going to start storing that. Now, here is an iron deposit I would like to not interfere with. So here's what we're going to do. I do not know what that is saying. Still don't. Alright, but for now... we're going to take a belt. And that should be able to do 4.5 per second with 3 of those. And then we're going to have our 4 smelters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy that recipe across. Now these do 1.5 per second, so 1 should be sufficient to feed each of those smelters. I'm gonna do this how I like to do this in Factorio. Is inputs going one way, outputs going the other. Give me 5 more of those. I'm gonna need more belts as well 10 more. 10 more belts. I'm also going to need another one of those. Now, of course, this is all predicated on that I can supply sufficient power, which we are not. Yeah, not.
You can now click the planet thumbnail button in the lower left corner of the screen, or press the M key to try the planet view mode.
I'll get to that. Alright, but what we're going to need is we're going to need to make more of this. Bunch more of these, at least for the time being. I don't think I have any way of... Yeah, we need electromagnetic matrix for that. We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright. I can make 2 of those. And I'm short... iron, I think, is mostly. Alright, so I'm going to need some of that. I'm going to need some of that. And that will let me make several more of those. Good. Now, get rid of these trees, because they're in the way. How are we doing for fuel? Just throw some stuff in there. All right. Now we're also going to need some more sorters. All right, we'll do 20 more sorters. All right, let's get this going. Now, what did I say? This was 3 per second, right? So we need 3 smelters. 1, 2, 3. One thing that would be nice to have on the interface is something on here that shows the active manual construction progress. Alright, so now I can put in more windmills here. Alright, that helps. But it quickly won't be enough. So you guys are going to be making copper ingots. Oh, no. I said copper ingot. These are one per second as well, right? Yeah, there's 1 per second as well. Good. Oh, and this one needs power as well. There we go. Alright. Now we have 4 per second iron ingots. We have 3 per second copper ingots. We now need to make what? Well, we probably want to make a few things. We want to make belts and sorters. So let's add another one here just for good measure. Belts and sorters. We also need to make the stuff that we need for the electromagnetic matrix. Alright, actually there's one other thing that I need to do here before we get too much further. Ooh, don't want to be doing that. Alright, I'd like you to make... Actually, no, we don't need smelters. Oh, yeah, we do. Hold on. Ah, I can't make the energetic graphite yet. We don't have the research for that. Alright. Well, then we'll hold off. We got some things to do. All right, so to make energetic matrix, we can make one every 3 seconds, and it takes those electromagnets, magnetic coils, which take magnets, which you actually use raw ore. It needs one every 3 seconds. I'd like this to get this to 1 per second. So I mean, we would need 2 factories making that. Right, which would be then 4 per second of this we would need. Which means we would need 3 smelting facilities. We need something that produces 4 per second ore. Oh, here's a nice batch of ore. Now what do I want to do? Do I want to do a separate mine? Give me 2 of those. There's the first one. Let's drop that in there. We're gonna need a bunch more of this. Could really use some of that. And we don't know how much we can make. 112 per minute, which is 2 per second. Not great, but we've got, I think. I'll run that in there. Power load. And we just don't have enough power here. And try and see what we can do to rectify that situation. Still have 3 more. Okay. Now that's running out what we need. I think I'm probably going to need 2 mines to make this work, to make enough magnets. Alright, so let's see, how much can we actually get in the coverage? Okay, there we go. There's 1. Can I get? Yes. There's 2. Alright. We can cover them both for power. We are just barely meeting our power requirements. Alright, we're gonna need more of those. Alright, now we also are going to need more of that. And for smelting, actually, we are going to, no, wrong buttons. This is made in a smelting facility. This is made in an assembler. All right, so smelting facility. We are going to need 3 of them. Done. We have 2 assembly machines. We haven't gotten to that yet. We're still just working on the initial smelting. What else is needed to make these things? Circuits, which are just straight. That makes 2 every second. We're gonna want 3 per second. So we're gonna need 2 assembling machines to work on that. And that's going to be almost all of our ingots going to make circuits. Which is fine, because we just need... because the magnets won't use ingots, except for copper ingots. That works. Alright, so here is... This is going to be a bit of belt spaghetti here. Just a small amount of belt spaghetti, not too bad. Some things must have shut down. Yes, those shut down. Because that is now full. Okay. Here's the problem. That is going to be in the way. That's good. Nope, 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 nope. I don't want to put that there because we're going to need that space for more belts. Alright, we'll put it there then. Definitely gonna have to manufacture these at some point. These guys are gonna need tons of. No, we don't need a filter. Oh, right. I don't have any more. There we go. How many did I say I was going to need? 3 smelting facilities to make magnets. 1, 2, 3. Need more of those, which... don't have the resources to make very many of them. Alright, well, we'll just grab what we can here. We're starting to look like proper manufacturing system here. Alright, so there's our magnets. We'll start storing those. Alright, there we are. Now we have this. Core energy will deplete. Oh, yeah, jeez. This. Wood, plant material, coal. I'll take care of that. Alright, so now we need to combine this with that to make our magnetic coils. We need to combine this with that to make our circuit boards, and then combine those two to make our magnetic matrix, electromagnetic matrix, and then we can actually start getting some real research done. So we actually have to cancel that. One thing we're going to want to do is activate that. We're going to almost make all that we need, but much better to just manufacture it. Yeah. I'm just trying to think about what would be the best way to make this work. The need to send how many per second is this going to use? 2. Need to make 4 per second here, so we need another 2 per second. So we need 4 per second copper plates. We're only making 3 per second. For copper ingots. Well, it won't quite be ideal. What I really am going to need, hold on, is this upgrade. Oh, but we aren't. Oh. That isn't going to happen anytime soon. Okay. Do I have any more?
In the planet view mode, you can hold down the middle mouse button drag, rotate the angle of view, and hold down the right mouse button. Drag to roll the angle of view. Press N key to point to the front to the North Pole. In the planet view mode, slide the mouse wheel to enter the star map mode.
That's a nice copper deposit, but it's a bit far away. It'll be difficult to get that working. Well, maybe what I'll have to do is not do 1 per second, but do less than that. If we do 2 structures, we'll do 2 of these. Actually, just might as well go ahead and make as many of them as I can. Alright, well, we'll get all that going. Primarily, this has just been reorganizing and expanding this initial base, which is fine. It's what we need to do. It's what we need to do. And so I think we'll end the episode here. And so for next episode, we'll hopefully get to is actually get these matrices manufactured, at least to a point where I can utilize them, so we can get some initial research done. I will have to make larger research facilities in the future, but for now, this should at least get things going. Alright, so for now, we'll stop here, as I said. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.